What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be learning the Third and the Fourth Amendment. Hope you're not excited as much as I am, because I'm really not excited to learn this, but that's why we're going to be using ChatGPT and we're going to learn it together. So if you're tuning in, be sure to subscribe. If you're new, be sure to leave a like. Helps me out. Let's get into it. The Third Amendment. Alrighty, so help me explain the Third Amendment in simple terms, as if teaching it to a young child. See what pops up. What ChatGPT pops it up for us. What's it gonna give us? Okay, so the Third Amendment says that soldiers aren't allowed to live in your house unless you say it's okay. So unless I say it's okay, unless you, the viewer, says it's okay, can't live in my house. Can't. So a long time ago, before America was its own country, the King of England made people let soldiers stay in their homes. Oh, King George. He was the king during that time period. That's pretty interesting. Made people let soldiers stay in their homes. Families had to feed them, give them beds, and take care of them, even if they didn't want to. People didn't like that, so when America made its own rules, called the Constitution, they added the Third Amendment to say, no soldier can stay in your house during peace or war unless you give permission. No soldier can stay in my house or in your house unless you give them permission. That's basically the translation. So imagine if a stranger knocked on your door and said, I'm a soldier and I'm sleeping in your bed tonight. Third Amendment says, nope, not unless your family says yes. It's pretty interesting. Okay, so that's interesting. So I said, tell me everything about the Third Amendment now, because I wanted to know, instead of the technique I used here, I wanted to figure everything about the Third Amendment. So it says, the text of the Third Amendment, no soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. Which basically means, in plain English, as if that wasn't already plain English, but in peace it can't happen at all unless you say yes. In war it still can't happen unless a special law is made to allow it. So unless some kind of law, unless some kind of president or some kind of, Supreme Court, leader wants to create a law that says, okay, you know what, we're gonna forget about everything we said about the Third Amendment back in the 1700s. We're gonna disregard that. Now we're going to allow our soldiers to be quartered in your home. That would be messed up. Let's hope that never happens. So why was it created in historical context? Back in the 1700s, when America was under British control, British soldiers often forced colonists to let them live in their homes. Colonists had to feed them, give them beds, and share their space. This was part of the Quartering Acts passed by the British Parliament. It made America angry and was one of the reasons for the American Revolution. So when the Founding Fathers wrote the Bill of Rights, they made sure this would never happen again. Legal importance, very rarely used in court cases because it's not a common issue today. Thank God. But it still stands as a symbol of personal privacy and property rights. Which is important. It supports the idea that your home is your personal space and the government can't invade without strong legal reasons. Its relation to other rights reinforces the right to privacy alongside the Fourth Amendment, helps shape modern ideas of freedom from government interference in your home. Sometimes brought up in cases about home rights and privacy, even if soldiers aren't involved. No major U.S. cases has involved violations of the Third Amendment. It's never been the main issue in a Supreme Court case. In fact, it's sometimes called the Forgotten Amendment because it's used so rarely. It's crazy. But still an important amendment to keep in mind. So always keep that in mind. Summary for memory. Main idea, no forced housing. Peacetime rule cannot happen unless the homeowner says yes. Wartime rule only allowed if a law is passed by Congress. Which, let's hope that never happens. And I think that we would push our soldiers to sleep outside if they needed to. Because Forget that. Why it exists? To stop what the British did under the Quartering Acts, symbol of privacy, property rights, and protection from government overreach. Court cases, very few, almost never used. That's really cool. So, we're done with that one. Let's go into the Fourth Amendment. Here's how you can explain the Fourth Amendment to a young child. Fourth Amendment means police can't come into your house, search your stuff, or take anything unless they have a really good reason and permission from a judge. This is an important one. Simple explanation. Imagine you're playing with your toys in your room. Suddenly someone says, "I'm going to look through all of your stuff." You'd probably say, "Wait, you can't do that." The Fourth Amendment protects you from that, even if it's the police. Why it matters. A long time ago, kings and soldiers would barge into people's homes and take whatever they wanted, even if the person did nothing wrong. So the people made a rule. No one can search your body, your home, your papers, or your things unless you have a really good reason and a paper from a judge. Let's say someone thinks you took a cookie. They can't just go through your backpack. They need to prove they have a good reason, get permission from a judge, call the warrant, then they can look, but only where the cookie could really be. They really do teach you like a young child, which is I love ChatGPT for that. Let me know if you want the full detailed explanation of the Fourth Amendment too, just like we did for the third. Yes. That's why it matters. A long time ago, kings and soldiers would barge into people's homes and take whatever they wanted, even if the person did nothing wrong, so the people made a rule. That's awesome. So the text of the Fourth Amendment, the right of the people to be secure in their homes, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. What it means in plain English. Makes me feel stupid whenever it says makes me feel dumb, but it's fine. Okay. You have the right to keep your body, your home, your stuff, and your personal things private. So I can keep this toothbrush, or this knife, or I can keep this keyboard, private. It's mine. Private. I have the right to keep it private. The police can't search you or your things or take anything from you unless they have a good reason and a search warrant signed by a judge. Child level example. Imagine your backpack is full of toys, snacks, and secrets. One day someone says, "I'm going to take everything out and look through it," but you say, "No, you need a really good reason and a note from a judge." That's exactly what the Fourth Amendment says, which is true. Whether it's anybody, whether it's even a person, or, back in the last video I said the same thing, whether it's, a person, soldier, or, police officer, or an officer, they can't look through your items without your permission. And if they do that, they'd be breaking the Fourth Amendment, which is a really important thing to keep in mind. So key legal concepts, we have search, when the police look through your home, car, phone, pockets. Seizure, when the police take your things or even arrest you. Probable cause, a strong reason to believe you did something illegal. So warrant, a paper from a judge that gives police permission to search or seize. Unreasonable, any search or seizure done without a good reason or legal permission. So when can police search without a warrant? There are a few exceptions where a warrant isn't needed. You say yes, called consent. They see something illegal in plain sight. Emergency, someone's in danger. After a legal arrest, they can search you and the area nearby. If they're chasing someone and can't wait for a warrant. If they're chasing someone and can't wait for a warrant. Wow. So why was it created? Historical context. Before the US was founded, British officials could search your homes without reason, using general warrants. They didn't need proof. They could search any house, anytime. That's crazy. Like, imagine a government. Imagine even, anything like that. Imagine a government where they could just search anytime. That's pretty messed up. That's really messed up. You know, I would have hated to live in that time period. They didn't need proof. They could search your house, any time. This made people feel unsafe and violated. So when the founding fathers wrote the Bill of Rights, they included the Fourth Amendment to protect people from government abuse. So modern importance covers phones, computers, emails, and online data. Police often need search warrants to look at your digital life. Has been used in many Supreme Court cases, especially involving technology and privacy. Which is true. How it connects to other rights. Supports the right to privacy. Connects closely with the Fifth Amendment, protects against self-incrimination. Reinforces the idea of personal freedom and limited government power. So summary chart, main idea, no unreasonable searches or taking stuff. Search requires probable cause plus warrant from a judge. Protected areas, you, your home, papers, things now, including your digital things. Why it exists to stop the abuse of government like under British rule. Exceptions, consent, plain view, emergencies, under arrest, hot pursuit. Modern use, protects your phones, email, home, car, and more from lawful searches. Unlawful searches. Quiz me on these two amendments now. I want to see what it does. Quiz me on these two. Absolutely. Okay, here it goes. Oh shit. Here's a quiz on the Third and Fourth Amendment, a mix of multiple choice, true or false. Okay, it's giving me a fucking lot. Alright, true or false? The Third Amendment says soldiers can live in your house anytime. Okay, so number one, Third Amendment says soldiers can live in your house anytime the government wants. So number one, that is going to be can live in your house, and that's going to be false. Number two, fill in the blank. The Third Amendment protects people from being forced to. Third Amendment protects people from being forced to allow soldiers in their homes. To allow soldiers in their homes. Yeah. Number three, why was the Third Amendment added to the Constitution? To allow soldiers to live anywhere they want, to stop British rule, to stop British fucking rule, to give more power to the military. So it's gonna be C. Number three, C. Number four, in times of war, what happened before soldiers can stay in someone's house? The president must say yes. The homeowner must be away. A law must be passed. Nothing, they can just stay. What must happen before soldiers can stay in someone's house? The president must say yes. Nothing, they can just stay. A law must be passed. Oh shit, okay, they're hitting me. They're hitting me with one. President must say yes. The homeowner must be away. A law must be passed. Nothing, they can just stay. President must say yes. The homeowner must be away. A law must be passed. I'm gonna say C. I want to say A, but I'm thinking it's C, because the president. I mean, of course, he could say yes, but he'd be breaking the Third Amendment. So we're gonna go I'm gonna go C. So what does the Fourth Amendment protect you from? Unreasonable searches and seizures. That's what it protects me from. So what do police usually need to search your house legally? A search warrant from a judge. A coin flip. Okay. That's a coin flip. Search his house. Your birth certificate. That's crazy. Coin flip. Fuck it. Flip a coin. Go in his house. It's heads. No, that's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. Shit. Number 6. What do police usually need to search your house legally? So we got that. Number 6 is going to be a search warrant. Number 6 is B. We have number 7. Name 2 things the Fourth Amendment protects. Name two things the Fourth Amendment protects. The Fourth Amendment protects from... So if the Third Amendment is quartering... Shit. Did I already forget? So it protects from unreasonable searches and seizures. Unreasonable searches and seizures. That's what it protects. Number 8. True or false? Police can always search your car without a reason. That is going to be false. We have number 9. Which of the following is an example of a reasonable search? Searching a room with no reason, not good. Searching your phone just because they want to, not good. Searching your house with a warrant from a judge, that's pretty fucking good. D, breaking into your house while you're gone, no good. So it's gonna be C. Alright, let's see how we did. We got correct. Third Amendment quiz, true or false? Your answer, false. Correct. The Third Amendment says soldiers cannot live in your home unless you get permission. So yes, false is correct. Fill in the blank. You said allow. Correct. The Third Amendment protects people from being forced to allow soldiers in their homes. Why was the Third Amendment added to the Constitution? Your answer, C, because colonists were angry about being forced to house soldiers. That's correct. This happened during British rule under the Quartering Acts. Number 4, in times of war, what must happen before soldiers can stay in someone's house? You said C, a law must be passed. Right again, even during a war, a law must be passed to allow it. Third Amendment, score 4 out of 4. That's what's up. What does the Fourth Amendment protect you from? This is the Fourth Amendment quiz now. What does the Fourth Amendment protect you from? Your answer was B, unreasonable searches and seizures. Correct. What do police usually need to search your house legally? Your answer was B, a search warrant from a judge. Right again. Name two things the Fourth Amendment protects. Your answer, unreasonable searches and seizures. That counts for both. You nailed it. You could also add your body, your home, your things, your papers. It's true. True or false? Number 8. Your answer was false. Correct. Police can't just search your car without a reason or legal basis. Number 9. Which of the following is an example of a reasonable search? Your answer was C. Searching your house with a warrant from a judge. Right again. Fourth Amendment score 5 out of 5. Final score 9 out of 9. Perfect. Fucking amazing. You can really understand both these amendments, Jacob. Want to go into the Fifth Amendment next? No, because I am going to end this video off here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys are new. I appreciate you guys' time, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.